Hey, it's me, Zuzoh, and today's my recording day to make a longer video for most people to see. And this video is going to contain how to break generational curses and what is a generational curse. But first I decided to put little things in my videos that makes me me, and clips of pieces that a lot of my viewers like to see. If you didn't know, I'm a full-time hairstylist. I'm also a comedian, and I have a cockatoo, and I'm a spiritual person. So I just want to share little clips of how my day started. And the first clip is coming, and it's hilarious to me. And a lot of people thought it was hilarious, but let's see. Before we get into this real actual video. Says that I'm dropping a lot of weight, and I'm starting to look like really sexy, and like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to compete with me. Do you think so? I don't think so. Give me Gigi. Five Below's Halloween stuff is 50% off right now. I found this anyway. I'm gonna go scare Zuzoh with the cockatoos. So let's try it out. Did you just start do this? Why'd you do this? Now I have to clean it up. Now on to generational person break-in. Not many of you know this, but usually when your guides are changing, it comes to you in forms of animals. So you'll start to see animals like randomly, and sometimes you'll see dead animals, and these dead animals mean that your guides have passed on and they're going to shift into something different. So for example, we went for a walk, and my sister saw a dead bird, and she was seeing live birds always hitting windows and stuff like that. And then that night on that walk, she saw a dead bird on the street, so she tried to bury it a little bit because there was no grass or anywhere to put it. I'll show you a clip of that, and that's because her guides are starting to change. So I'll show you that. So what is breaking generational curses? Let's get into it and see how it starts with you and how you're going to end the generational curse. A lot of it applies with growing up in abuse, molestation, poverty, and so much crazy things. But I'll get into it into the video and how we're supposed to cut ties and cut the ropes and break the curse. Okay, the first thing about a generational curse is realizing that you have a generational curse. Generational curses come from growing up in sexual abuse, mental abuse, bad parenting skills, poverty, and so much more that goes on behind the scenes that not a lot of people know and some people will know about. But one of the steps is if you become a parent, to change those skills that your parents had against you and change that for your children. Children are very important when it comes up to upbringing. So like when they're telling you they don't like something, listen to your kids. Allow them to be themselves, but also like understand with them and be more at a friendship level with them, because you're going to help them grow mentally, physically, emotionally, and most of all, spiritually. Another thing, when realizing you have generational curse, it is not up to the whole family or the whole tribe to break it. It is up to you. It ends with you. And that's when you have to learn how to cut ties. And that's not something you want to jump into right away, because you have to start in little increments first. And one of the first things to start is making sure you're drinking a lot of water. Try to eat like vegetarian or vegan for a week to allow your spirit to detox. Start using crystals, aromatherapy, burning sage or burning herbs to help you cleanse your environment. Start meditating, making sure you're walking every day, at least 10 minutes after each meal, or 20 to 30 minutes all at once. Make sure you take 5 to 10 minutes in the morning to stretch and 5 to 10 minutes at night to stretch. Try listening to meditation music. Pick up something to do like drawing, writing, painting, cooking, baking, anything that humbles you and makes you feel more at peace with yourself. And also changing your state of mind and how you react to things. A book that I definitely suggest for this, or to start off with it, it's called The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements teaches you about life and how to perceive things. This is the book, The Four Agreements. The four agreements are: be impeccable with your words, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Second agreement is don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is projection of their own reality and their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Third, don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. And the last agreement is always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment, and it will be different when you are healthy and opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Now, I've been applying these four agreements to my life, and let me tell you what, it does make a difference. A little interesting backstory about this is I was demonized for using oracle cards, crystals, and all that a few years ago from someone really dearly to me. So I went and threw all my stuff into a river because they said that's the only way you can get rid of anything attached to you. And I went a while without doing anything, and I felt miserable. So one day I went with a group of friends to a spiritual expo, and the first thing I saw, because I only had like $10 in my pocket, the first thing I saw was a deck of cards called The Voice of Knowledge. And I bought it, and that's how I started getting back into it and building up my crystals, building up everything that I have now. And it wasn't up until I saw this book on TikTok where people were saying to read it, and I went to go to the bookstore and I found it. And I saw the name Don Miguel Ruiz, and I'm like, this kind of concept looks familiar. And I went to go online and search him up, and then I found out that he was the person who made the Voice of Knowledge deck cards. So this person is actually what brought me back into who I am today. Or I'm going to say God, my angels, my guides, they're the ones who brought me back. It's important. I don't do this. It's important to see a chiropractor once a month, get a massage at least once or twice a month. Because that helps align your bones, your muscles, your nerves, and everything like that. I found out that recently anxiety is actually from something wrong in the spine, and it is mental, but it's also because something in your spine is out of alignment, and if once you crack it, it'll help you breathe better and like be less anxious, I guess. So that's that. And in order, before you do any kind of ritual or any kind of spell, like you can do simple things, but before you start doing like manifestation bowls or cutting the tie or doing things like that, you really need to be fully aware and understand what you're doing before you go into anything. So if you have any questions or concerns about what to do, I can help you with that. I do have my own store, Divine Expressions, on Etsy. It'll be in the link in the video. You can message me, and I could start off by doing a mini reading or a full reading depending on your choice, and then I could suggest what things that you need. I can also make candles for you, or rituals, or anything that I feel you need in order to advance and to get rid of all the generational curse and breaking the ties and moving forward and finding your spiritual authentic self. I'm here for you, and I can do that. So let's get this going on, because I'm here to help people, and that's my mission, and I want to do that for you. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, let this message get out there, because I'm ready. I'm ready to help. What brought me back to my spiritual self is the person who created the deck, The Voice of Knowledge, is Don Miguel Ruiz. I found this book on TikTok. I went to go read it, and then that's how I figured out this person made those decks. And the reason why I got my hands back onto those decks is when people demonized me for what I went through, I threw them out, and I lived miserably. But when I found this book and I knew he was the creator of those decks, I was like, the angels and God was pointing me to that direction, and this is why I have it now. But there are 4 agreements in this book that can apply to your life that will life change you. It will change everything about you. So I'm going to be doing this into 4 segments. So we're in segment 1. The first 4 agreements: be impeccable with your words, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. He goes on to explain that what we say are spells. So when you call someone ugly and they kind of believe it, you just put a bad spell on that person, and they're going to believe it, and they're going to think they're ugly. So, and if you talk about people or talk bad about yourself, it's going to reflect on you. So this is basically saying, be careful with your words and speak without sin, and just do everything out of love and kindness and truth, and your life will change. So get ready on to the next segment. We are back for segment 2. Segment 2 is don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dreams. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So by saying don't take anything personally, don't take anything personally. Just, who cares? Live in your own world, live in your own fantasy, live in your own imagination, and just expect the good things for others and speak good onto others. So, next segment. All right, we are back into segment 3 of the 4 agreements. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. With this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions that this person's mad at you, or this person's this or this person's that, because you never know what life will throw at you. There's surprises everywhere. So just don't make assumptions, and don't think, oh, I'm gonna get this, or this is gonna happen. Don't make assumptions. Just say, this is what I would like, blah blah blah. Communicate yourself, express yourself, and allow things to just flow through you abundantly. Next segment. We are here onto the 4 agreements. This is the last agreement, 4th agreement. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy and opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. So always do your best. We're going to have bad days, we're going to have good days, but make sure you do your best, because at the end of the day, you can say, I tried my best, I did my best, and that's it. So to sum up all of them is don't be kind with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. These are the 4 agreements, and let me tell you what, they change your life.